Okay guys, so today we are going to discover 10 ways to get more organic traffic to your website using Pinterest. Now, most social media platforms tend to do everything they can to keep visitors on their platform, but Pinterest is one of the few that make it very easy to drive traffic to your website because it's not just a social network, it's mainly a search engine where people can search for images and save them. So basically, people want to discover new websites on Pinterest, so that's why Pinterest makes it very easy to do so. My name is Dave with Verpex, so let's get started. Okay, so our first method is by creating pins that direct to valuable resources. And the keyword here is valuable resources. So what does that mean exactly? Well, Pinterest now puts a lot of emphasis in showing pins that lead to blog posts or other type of content that will bring value to the platform and its users. So, for example, if two people post a similar image, then the one that leads to valuable resources will be shown a lot more than if it doesn't lead to valuable resources. Now, if you don't have a blogging component for your business on your website, I would strongly encourage that you create one that has pinnable images as well. So the perfect pin size should be 2:3 ratio, so maybe 600 by 900, 735 by 1102, or 800 by 1200. So basically it should look something like this, you know. This is the actual Pinterest recommended size, and a very effective way for you to design those is by using canva.com. So most of these features are for free. All you have to do is look for Pinterest pin, click on this, and there you go. As you can see, you're provided here with hundreds of different templates that you can choose from, or you can start from scratch just by clicking on create a blank Pinterest pin. And again, most of these features are free, as you can see here, so you might as well take advantage of it. Okay, so our second method is to aim to grow your followers and reach. So having a large number of followers is important, of course, but surprisingly not as important as you might think. There are boards that have fewer than 10,000 followers, and yet their website generates as much traffic and repins as a board that has perhaps hundreds of thousands of followers. The trick is not just to think about growing your followers, but to create pins that will reach non-followers on Pinterest. And to do this, you need to post relevant pins that will attract your core audience. And when you start providing more relevant pins, Pinterest will in turn display your pins in the picked for you on a user's home feed, allowing you to potentially reach millions of people. Our third method is by using relevant keywords in your board name. So the best way to increase the odds of your pins showing up in picked for you and on the interest feeds on Pinterest is to ensure that your board has relevant titles. So if you're trying to reach people who want to travel, for instance, then naming your board travel or travel tips will inform Pinterest of the topic. In this case, the more clear the name is, the more likely people will find your content. Okay, so next, make sure to use several keywords in your descriptions. So Pinterest doesn't like to call itself a social network, it's more a discovery tool. Now Pinterest is also what you would call a visual search engine, and millions of people conduct searches to help them plan for their weddings, look for gifts to buy during the holidays, and ideas on how to make their life easier. And this is why it is so important to go beyond growing your followers and think of Pinterest as a visual Google. And like a good blog post, each pin that redirects to your website should have 2 or 3 keywords in its description. And also make sure that you use the same keywords in 5 to 10 different pin descriptions, as you never know which one is going to get higher levels of engagement and rank higher within the search results on Pinterest. Tip number 5 is by using guided search. So to know what type of words people are searching for, so specific keywords on Pinterest, use the guided search to assist you. So when you type in a word on the main search bar, you will notice that there are tiled words below it. Look for relevant words within those tiles that you can put in your pin description. Okay, so next is by increasing your repins and engagement. So if you're looking to rank number 1 for certain keywords on Pinterest, the number of repins that you receive in a specific time period is a strong factor in search rankings within Pinterest. So just to give you an example, if a pin received 100 repins within 2 days, then it will outrank a pin that received 100 repins in 10 days. Now, other factors that influence your search result on Pinterest include who the repinner is and the click-through rate of pins. So let's say that your repinners are active on Pinterest, then you are more likely to rank higher. But if your repinners are not active on users, then you will rank lower. And what's also interesting about high levels of engagements of pins is that they increase your chances of showing up in multiple interest feeds as well. Okay, so the next method is by joining a group board. Now, to be honest, this method was more effective in the past, but if you're only starting off and you're looking to get your pins exposed to as many people as possible, then joining group board is still a great start. Finding the right group board as well is a great way to expose your pins to thousands, even hundreds of thousands of people when you're first starting off on Pinterest. Now you can also apply for rich pins. So rich pins are pins that contain extra information that help pins stand out on the Pinterest feed. So there are rich pins for articles, products, recipes, movies, places and apps, but the two most popular ones are rich pins for articles and rich pins for products. So how can this help you gain more traffic? Well, rich pins on mobile devices will show a 5 icon next to an article, while on desktop they show a 5 icon and bolded title. So the bolded title on rich pins can help them stand out on a user's Pinterest feed, increasing the chances of it being noticed and clicked on. And finally, tip 9 and 10 are very short ones. It's just a reminder to be patient and to pin consistently. So patience means that it's not going to happen overnight, but perhaps over the course of a few weeks or months. And during that time, all your efforts will pay off only if you pin consistently. So consistency is the key here. So there you go, guys. Here are 10 tips on how to drive traffic to your website using Pinterest. I hope you found this helpful, and if so, don't forget to hit the like button, share with your friends, and for more of these practical tips, feel free to subscribe to our channel as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video.